So now, guys, have you realized yet that during this review of Ms. Marvel, we have not talked about Ms. Marvel?
I just realized that now.
Now, Toby, why do you think that is?
It's probably because I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to crap on the show.
And like, it's not a good show. I said it in the non-spoilers review. It's a bad show.
I guess here are my critiques of the show.
Yeah.
Some of them anyway. So one of my biggest issues was, right, I talked about how it wasn't linear. It was kind of all over the place. I feel like they very weirdly introduced the clandestines,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Like, what is that?
They bring in Kamran, right? And then Kamran introduces Kamala to his mother, who's a clandestine.
Who tells her where her powers come from.
Right, like, hey, you're a djinn. We just want to go home.
I'm a djinn, you're a djinn.
We're all djinn
We're all
here.
djinns.
All my supernatural fans.
Or anyone who's heard of a genie before. That's what a djinn is.
It's whatever, a djinn. And so they start off nice, and then 5 seconds later, they're awful.
And they eat your head off.
What?
Right, so like, I usually see bad guys coming, like, oh, that's clearly the bad guy.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't have time to think about like, oh, clearly that's the bad guy, because then she was just like instantly the bad guy.
Right? Like,
and they jump her brother's wedding, and they're just randomly killing people and trying to kill Kamala.
Right. Also, like, throwing her brother's wedding in there. Like, hey, there's going to be this big event. Like, I have to say, seeing the wedding was super cool. All the dancing, I love it.
Yeah. Again, all the cultural stuff was cool.
So great. Literally, she's texting Kamran.
And like, hey, your mom's trying to kill me?
like, hey, Kamran, I don't know if I can do this. And Kamran's like, that's cool. Enjoy your brother's wedding. And then the mom sees.
I'm going to kill her now. Like,
that transition to me felt very rocky.
Also, did they even use Kamala to open the gate?
So what ended up happening, right? They got in the big fight.
She stabbed the
bangle. Kamala goes back in time.
Oh yeah, there's some timey-wimey stuff in this.
Yeah,
I liked. I don't listen. Doctor Who sucks. The timey-wimey stuff is good.
Gino's not allowed to use the phrase timey-wimey because he didn't watch Doctor Who.
I watched season 9.
You watched
Christopher
none?
Eccleston.
You watched none seasons because we definitely didn't.
I'll watch it if he comes back.
He won't. No,
I don't like David Tennant.
That's a shame. Or Matt Smith.
I especially don't like Matt Smith.
He's going to be in the new Game of Thrones.
He's in Morbius.
I want to see Morbius.
No, you don't.
I do. I just want to see.
We can review it on the podcast if you run out of stuff.
I'm curious.
I'll watch it. We can watch it when it comes out on
Yeah, if you guys like us critiquing things, then that'll be fun.
We'll probably crap all over that. I haven't seen it yet, but I know we're not going to like it.
I'm ready for it.
For anyone who thinks we're a Marvel fanboy, we'll watch it.
Yeah. Okay. So weird timing. So then she comes back, and then like the thing is just open.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So there is some timey-wimey stuff where you find out that, okay, so they did need her powers.
They needed her power, but like she stabbed the bangle.
And the bangle opened.
And the bangle opened it.
So now, now we also.
And also, wait, pause. Nothing happened to Kamala. Like, this was supposed to be dangerous for her. Literally,
yeah, she was fine. And also her powers don't come from the bangle, which we establish after that.
Right. So like,
so just give her
what's happening. How did the dimension get opened anyway?
Also, they've never established, do they ever show her using her powers without the bangle?
No.
So like, just take the bangle off.
She thinks she needs it.
Right, but she doesn't.
Right, but I think she's always just wearing it.
Even in they show what I assume is a scene from the Marvels.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm guessing they already filmed. The bangle, like, transforms her into Captain Marvel or teleports her.
So I've seen theories on, like, wow, that was a spit take. I've seen theories.
It's fine. I put on a de-esser that limits the S. Oh, God, we have to move out.
I guess it lives here now. So
it's a big ant.
I know. Right. A theory I saw on the internet is that people are very worried for Kamala because if Captain Marvel is out there saving planets that don't have Avengers.
And like destroying. She can't even fly.
Right. So like Kamala's just a brand new baby superhero. And if she just got transported to wherever Captain Marvel was.
In the middle of a fight.
Like she's in trouble. And now you have Captain Marvel who's here like, well, how did that happen?
And I have to go to school now.
I have to go talk to my Apu.
There's a chemistry test?
I think that's what we're most excited about. Seeing Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, just be with her family. Like, get yelled at by her mom.
She has to eat Pakistani food. She's not
it.
used to it.
Nope, she's gotta go to. She's gotta go to the mosque. And
she's gotta go to. Yep, she's gotta go to. She's gotta go to mosque.
I can't. I just like.
Meanwhile,
can't wait.
Kamala's just getting the crap kicked out of her by
Kamala's like imprisoned somewhere.
Oh my god! Yeah, but see, I don't. That's not what I want to. I mean, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see because I think Monica Rambeau's in it. Mm-hmm. I want to see the three of them interacting. So I guess hopefully eventually we'll get that.
I imagine we'll eventually get that.
But like, yeah.
Right. So that's what,
like. Just you're a mutant. Take the bangle off.
It
keeps teleporting you and doing stuff.
Well, now she's gonna find out that crap, it like brought me. I should.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like the same because remember the 10 rings from Shang-Chi. They're like, oh, this is like tech from.
Oh wait,
something.
Somebody else also, or it might have been the same one. Thinks that it's Kree, which is how we're gonna.
Yeah, because it came off a blue lady.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we confirmed it's Kree.
Oh right.
And like all the Captain Marvel stuff is Kree.
Right.
And also the Kree made the mutants.
And Kree were in Guardians, no?
Yeah. I think in the comics, someone correct me if I'm wrong, the Kree kidnapped like a bunch of humans, and some of them turned into mutants eventually, like thousands of years later. And then some of them turned into Inhumans later, thousands of years later.
Okay.
And then some of them turned into the Eternals.
Okay.
And then also...
Not the Eternals were robots.
In the MCU they are. And then some of them turned into the... whatever Thanos is, which is like an Eternal but bad.
Oh. Like Thanos' brother.
Thanos, right. So I think the Kree are like intertwined with all that stuff.
They must be.
So maybe...
Maybe I should watch Captain Marvel again. I don't remember anything about
it. Wasn't bad. It was just like she's
Who
not
are the Australian aliens?
Oh, those are Skrulls. Skrulls are like a big Fantastic Four villain. Which is why I was surprised they were able to use them before.
Well, and then the Skrull invasion, they like can turn into people, so that's why. But that's not
but they're doing that on Disney Plus. Secret Invasion with Samuel L. Jackson is in it. That's like Nick Fury's show.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion. It's like Skrull and him.
Okay.
Oh, who do you think is going to be listen, again.
This
is a review for Ms. Marvel, and we're not talking about Ms. Marvel. Okay, the one thing I did like.
Okay.
So like they keep talking about her grandma got saved by like the starlight.
Adorable.
And you find out that the bangle brings Ms. Marvel back in time, and that she's the one who saves her grandma.
Right.
So there's some timey-wimey stuff going on.
And that was probably one of the best episodes because it ends with one episode of her just getting transported back to the partition. Excuse me, when like a train is leaving.
So partition, for those who don't know, and I don't even know.
I know.
But I'm pretty sure that is when, I guess England was like, yeah, you're two countries now.
Well, that's exactly what England did with Israel, no?
Yeah.
They said, hey,
they're just...
You live here. Yeah, they like... When they said, your religion, you live here. Your religion, you live here. And we're just going to separate and move you.
I think, listen, maybe this is a controversial history opinion, but I think someone needs to just go to England, sit them down and be like, listen, all the stuff that's messed up, you've caused like most of it. Like on Earth.
Okay.
Most of it's your fault. So partition is when...
Partition, I'm reading Wikipedia. Partition of India in 1947 divided British India into two independent dominions, India and Pakistan. The Dominion of India is today the Republic of India, and the Dominion of Pakistan is now the Islamic Republic of Pakistan and the People's Republic of Bangladesh. The partition involved division of two provinces, Bengal and Punjab, based on district-wide non-Muslim or Muslim majorities. And that was like also came into play where you have, what's it called when you don't like somebody... It starts with a D. Discrimination.
What?
So
the Muslims are getting discriminated against in India.
Right. And they had to move now to Pakistan.
But that's the excuse that Ms. Marvel's great-grandmother gave.
Right, but
the real reason in the show is that she was getting chased by that Jinn lady.
Of course, but
she's also a Jinn lady.
I'm coming from a history perspective if we're going to talk about the show, we're going to talk about the show.
Right.
So like that was a really great episode because you see, so I guess, and the last time we left Aisha, the grandma, was she got separated getting the bangle from the other four clandestines, whoever they are.
Yeah, because the great grandma got stabbed.
At the end.
Spoilers.
Where are you?
I don't know.
You're not
Back
with
in time.
me.
Time travel.
Yeah, honestly, there's like a lot of time travel to think about because, and they're not clear as to like when we are. Like some shows change the color, some shows change the format.
They go orange, and now it's a sepia tone. Okay.
Yeah, they kind of just like left it.
Yeah, I think it's sepia tone in the train scene, but everything else is just regular.
Yeah, so it was. I mean, like you just have to know the characters well enough to be like, oh, we're back in time.
Yeah. They're living in a hut.
Exactly.
It's
like
back in time.
I get it. We're in India. And so like that was really cool seeing Aisha meet the grandfather, having little Nani, the baby
Nani,
and then seeing Kamala like come in and save the day. She met Aisha.
She meets
really
her great grandmother as she's dying. And that guy, like again, the family stuff in this
so good.
Works really well. Mm-hmm. Nothing else works well.
No, even the like why did the lady kill her? Like. And in public.
Just take the bangle.
Right. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And then, like, okay, then that villain just, like, explodes and dies.
Hang on. That's what I wanted to talk about because that also didn't make sense. So, like, when the portal opened up to go to the other dimension, right, it, like, released, like, somebody had said, I think the red daggers were like, this is going to end the world.
End the world.
Right. Yeah. Like their dimension is going to take over ours. It's going to be awful. And so like it starts seeping out. It's kind of like its own character where if it touches you and one of the clandestines go over, you perish. And so for some reason, one of the clandestines
This is present time now.
This is present time. It opens up. One of the clandestines touches it and she crumbles. And
you see her bones.
Yeah. It's like wild.
Guess it's not a kid show. So you see her bones.
And then Kamala is like pleading with the lead meanie, being like, please help me close it.
The lead meanie is
we'll get her.
It's an alphabetical order. This is dumb. IMDb is dumb.
Okay.
The lead meanie.
Yeah, you get her?
No.
Okay. The lead meanie is like thinking about maybe not helping her, and then Kamala is like, think about your family, like don't leave Kamran, and she's like, I'm gonna do this for Kamran, and goes and touches the universe, the like portal,
and then also disintegrates.
Dies, says Kamran, and then gives powers.
Like then the portal like teleports to New Jersey and then gives Ms. Marvel powers to Kamran. He has like similar powers,
right? But like this lady didn't have powers at all.
No, yeah, but they said that like the reason why they don't have powers is because like they're in our dimension, but like if you're like half human, half them, then you can like use the powers.
So that's how Kamran got powers?
Right, which again now retroactively doesn't make sense because they then explicitly say that Ms. Marvel is a mutant and gets those powers from her mutant
So none
DNA.
of this makes sense. Also, the fact that now this clandestine can close the portal. How? What did she do? Literally
just
nothing.
Because she wanted it? She didn't use the bangle. She has no powers.
Right.
It already disintegrated one of them, and that didn't close the portal.
And stayed open.
But like what? Because they disintegrated the meanest one, it closes the portal.
Yeah.
You have to be like a certain level of mean.
And then it's like whoop,
yeah. She like stabs one of the red dragons, the red daggers. Also, the red daggers are like an organization that just is there to like help the family members of her great grandma. So like does Ms. Marvel just have like this,
or like to fight Jinn?
Right. So like does Ms. Marvel just have this network of like assassins at her disposal whenever she wants?
I don't know. That was
bring
also
him to
unclear.
New Jersey.
Yeah, bring him to New Jersey.
Oh, he can't. He's wanted by. He says.
He is.
He's wanted by the
FBI.
Okay, can we talk about the FBI a little bit?
This isn't the FBI involved.
I know. Okay, so the MCU started out with just Shield, and they were just like a catch-all.
This really upset Gino.
Shady organization.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Shield got blown up in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And then somehow, even though he was in hiding and has no money, they were able to get a helicarrier up for Age of Ultron.
And they made
Samuel Jackson's like, I got a helicarrier.
Right. So still Shield.
Then there's Agents of Shield, which whatever, I don't care. It was not a good show. So I don't pretend that doesn't exist.
Okay, go to the next thing.
Then Ms. Marvel, there's no more Shield, right? So they had to come up with Sword as Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Sword was the new protector of things.
And like that's when they showed that, or maybe this is Spider-Man. They showed that Samuel Jackson was a Skrull, and that the real Samuel Jackson is with Sword, like in space. And in the comics, Shield deals with Earth. Sword is like the offense. They go out into space.
Right.
Okay, fine. But then for WandaVision, the shady government organization that deals with her
Was Sword.
is SWORD, who's supposed to be in space. Okay, so I'm confused. Then in this, it's Damage Control is the shady government organization.
And I'm cool. What I'm cool with is Damage Control coming in, investigating who did it. What I'm not cool with is why is Damage Control arresting the people that did it?
And shooting kids. So Damage Control, I was under the assumption because of Spider-Man that Damage Control just goes in and fixes the buildings that get blown up.
Because wasn't...
Like their construction company.
Wait, because...
Right, Vulture was like working for Damage Control. To fix the buildings. And
I'm
like
glad
that's
that
what
you
they
got
are.
it from that.
Yeah, it's a good Vulture.
Thank you.
They're just like they're a construction company.
Right, like they are controlling the damage by like clearing it out and then repairing it.
But now they're also like a shady government organization that deals with superpowered beings.
Right.
There's too many shady government organizations.
Gino wants one.
Pick one.
Yeah.
Just make S.H.I.E.L.D. again.
Honestly, bring S.H.I.E.L.D. back. What was wrong with S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Well, they like were corrupt and controlled by Hydra.
Okay, so then bring it
So they
back.
got blown up by Captain America.
Just take one good guy.
Samuel
one good
Jackson,
guy with a shield.
who I guess was a Skrull.
So, okay.
Or maybe not at that point.
Unclear. We only got through the timeline. We tried watching all of the movies in order. We only got up to what, like Guardians 2 or something?
Yeah.
We didn't get that far. So
anyway, so because the main villain she disintegrates herself for no reason in episode like 5, then the secret agent lady, who looks straight out of Final Fantasy VII. She had like the hair like one of the characters in that. I forget.
I know. Can't we just make her look good in a show she's in? She's a pretty lady. I
know that that hair. She had like it was like it looked again. It like she was shaved on the side, and like long in the back.
Yeah.
Like whoever the hairdresser was,
right,
just played Final Fantasy VII remake.
She could be a strong lady with a nice regular pony.
Anyway, so now her job is to like find superpowered individuals and like, I don't know, like arrest them for being superpowered.
Right.
Is this because of the Sokovia Accords?
We don't know.
They don't say it.
They also don't introduce Damage Control. Like nobody says, they just call DG. What do they call it? There's even an acronym for it. Like
DGPD or right. Like, okay. And then like they're trying to play up this whole thing where like, because they're at a mosque, that the government shows up a lot to like investigate. Because, like, you know, I'm assuming because they're racist and they think they're terrorists and whatever. Right. But, like, that's, like, a real thing that the, like, actual police and FBI do. So it's kind of weird that, like, you're using Damage Control, which is, again, that's who's doing it. Like, they're, like,
it just seemed
like weird.
You needed 2 more episodes.
Or just make it the FBI.
So here, I'm going to revamp. I already told Gino this. I'm going to revamp Kamala Khan. Okay? And we're going to get rid of Damage Control. Yeah. And this is what we're going to do.
Oh, wait, pause. And just to make things more confusing with Damage Control. Then Damage Control wants them to stop going after the superpowered individuals. So then this hair lady just goes rogue.
Wait, but be clear about why because now Damage Control is getting a bad rep because of bad press.
Right, because they're hiding eventually in episode 6, they're all hiding in high school.
And they're shooting children.
And then they start shooting the kids with real guns.
And there's like several children in this high school.
And no one is like, and there's like everybody from Jersey City is there.
And they're on TikTok and they're saying, this is what Damage Control is doing.
And like, okay, so like the show, they're using like fake guns. They're using like blah guns.
It's like Sonic, sonar,
okay,
whatever.
Cool. Then they pull out real guns and start shooting kids.
Yeah.
What? I don't care if she has superpower. What are you shooting kids for?
Also, they don't like. They know they're kids. They're like very clearly.
These are high school kids.
They know that they're kids.
Shoot! It's America. It's a high school kid.
It's tough.
Shoot! And that's why this episode starts out with the
with the disclaimer.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, a bunch of shady agents shooting children.
Right, attacking kids in a high school. I can see why that is triggering.
Probably triggering. Yeah. What? Like who? No.
Just don't do it. So I have a way to get rid of.
It's not like it's Spider-Man where like they don't know he's a kid.
Right. They specifically
so
say.
They shoot at him.
Right.
And like usually it's the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like this is like, oh, that's a bunch of high school kids. We know they're high schoolers. Go get them. So, okay. How do you fix the show?
We're fixing the show. We're doing this. We have one villain and it's the clandestines. We have one villain. Okay. And we introduce them through Kamran again. That's fine. We can pretend that they're nice people. They tell Kamala, like, hey, we really want to get home. We need you to open up the portal. It could be a little dangerous, but like, we really want to get home. And Kamala thinks about it and she's like, ugh, I really don't know if I should be doing that and using my powers for that. Clandestine mom gets mad, says, listen, Kamran, okay, we need you to get powers and take that bangle from Kamala so we can go home. And Kamran is like, fine, mom, I'll do whatever you want. I love you. And great. Mom gives him powers. Now,
or the bangle gives him powers.
Or the bangle, whatever. He gets the powers that he ends up with.
And here's what also is cool, because this ends up being a cool nod to her not needing the bangle.
Yeah.
So he takes the bangle, she loses her powers, but then she has to fight him anyway.
Right.
And then, through the power of friendship or whatever, which is a good Saturday morning cartoon thing.
Power of friendship. So he wins, right? They open up the portal. The portal is evil, obviously,
and
killing
starts
everything.
disintegrating people.
And so Kamran is like, I gotta close this. That was a mistake. Kamala, help me. And she's like, I can't.
I don't have the bangle.
And they grab hands like they did. I don't know. And then they both close the thing, and the show's over.
But what I was thinking is that the portal is going to, before that happens, the portal's going to like disintegrate one of her friends or something.
Oh.
And because of the power of friendship, she uses her powers without the bangle.
Got it.
That's how she discovers, I don't need the bangle.
Great.
And then she does the whole
Great.
thing.
So we just made the show better.
Like, because if you're going for a Saturday morning cartoon vibe,
which is what
I got a lot from this, which is good. Cool. Mm-hmm. Keep it simple. Why this whole ridiculous, confusing story? So yeah, good. I mean, get back to our thesis. Bad show, dumb story, stupid villains, but like just held together by just like such a charming performance by Aman Vellani and her family. Mm-hmm. Her dad especially, I think, is great. I hope he is.
He's so cute.
Bring him along for the Marvels.
They have the most touching.
Dress him up as the Hulk.
Adorable. They have one of the most touching conversations talking about her name, just sitting outside.
That Kamala means like, he's the one who says it.
Right.
That like
means Marvel. Yeah. And like
and
that's so sweet. And like talking about how long they tried for her and like.
Even the scene where her mom finally finds out that she's the superhero.
And her mom is super supportive. Like,
and she gets her grandma to make her the outfit, and she gives her the superhero outfit.
Yes. It's like very sweet. Like all the mom-daughter conflict gets resolved.
Yeah. All the mom stuff,
right. And they do a really good job with being like, Mom, I just like Nani and the mom have issues because
you find out the mom was also had like a crazy life when she was growing up, and like she was a rebel.
Right. She was rebellious, and like I love that they love Bon Jovi and they moved to New Jersey. Like
New Jersey.
That's hilarious.
It's like if they did one in Hicksville, they'd be like, it's
Billy Joel.
Right. This superhero really likes Billy Joel.
Oh man, that's why I moved here.
That's why I followed Billy Joel to Hicksville.
Right, like that's ridiculous. Yeah. So like that all is really great, and that's what we're excited to see in the next. It's not coming out till 2023, which I guess is just next year. But like, man, it feels really far away.
I also want to point out that what I hope is an interesting dynamic that they don't ruin is that this is the only superhero so far who her family knows that she's a superhero.
Oh yeah,
like her parents know her secret identity, which I think is hilarious.
It is,
and I want to see what they do with that. Don't screw that up.
If they don't say, "Here's your lunch, go go fight crime," like.
So, do you want like another Ms. Marvel show or like a movie?
No, I need a movie. I don't want to see her with a villain.
I do.
No, I don't want to see her by herself. I mean, I'm sorry, lady.
I do. I want to see her. I want to see a movie. Like, I think this could have been a movie, and I think it would have been better because it would have been shorter. And more like condensed.
Well, and I think what they hopefully would have done in the movie is focus more on the history, the backstory, like what Arjun, like literally we got like a 5-second thing of them looking through a book. What Arjun? Oh,
yeah, right.
Like they didn't go into or go farther into it and like hear more stories about like clandestines and like more of that stuff because it was so unclear the significance of how scary they actually are and the fact that she is a scary thing even like that could have been explored more. It was just like
So are they doing Young Avengers, do you think?
With who?
Spider-Man's the leader, which I think would be hilarious that he has to be in charge.
Very funny.
Because no one knows he's Peter Parker, but they know he's an Avenger.
Right.
Kamala Khan. Mm-hmm. The little kids that
Thor?
no, the girl.
Oh, really?
Little girl, yeah, Thor. Cool. Bring her in.
Oh, okay.
Thor's Chris Hemsworth's daughter. WandaVision kids.
Are they supposed to be in it? Do
Bring
they
them
have
in.
powers?
Yeah, they have speed powers and psychic powers.
Oh. Let's see.
And you know what? Throw in Squirrel Girl. They got to do Squirrel Girl. This
Squirrel Girl.
makes me want Young Avengers.
Uh-huh.
And I want a Squirrel Girl show. She's a babysitter. She beats up bad guys. She's got a squirrel tail. Get the girl from the AT&T commercials. Squirrel Girl.
The girl from the 80s.
Miranda Van Trump.
Ah.
That's like a big thing on the internet that she should be Squirrel Girl.
Interesting. That should be cute.
You could be Squirrel Girl, Tobes. She's a babysitter.
You. Hire me.
I'll be Squirrel Girl.
Gino will be the girl
All
of
right.
squirrels.
That's it, everybody.